Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It is July 26th when I'm recording this, and welcome to the free video. Just want to let you guys know that earlier in this week on Wednesday, I had a webinar. Basically, I'm seeing a buy alert out there, and I know that sounds crazy considering what the market is doing, but if you actually watch the webinar and you look at some of the sectors, you'll see that they are actually up, they're doing well, and they are not budging compared to what the S&P and the NASDAQ have been doing. So I want to make sure that you guys see that. And then also what I'm going to be working on is we have an upcoming webinar next week for the zero DTE options that I'm going to be doing, and I want to show you guys that. We've had some really great success. In fact, yesterday had a 430% gain in one of those trades. Actually, we took one trade, two exits, averaged a 430% profit. And then today, I'll show you this. We took a trade on this as well and had a great time. We made 190%, and this is why I always like to take half off. You know, you gotta always pay yourself. You take half off because you just never know what's going to be happening with the market, and case in point, this is what we had. It took a while for this morning to really get going, but we put on a zero DTE position here. The market didn't break down, so it's like, okay, it's still holding, it's looking all right, you know, kind of coming through here, and we took half off right there, and then it looked like the market wanted to keep going for a little bit, and then what it do, just crunch, and so we sold the other half right here for break even. So we made 190% on that, and then just cashed it. But you can see right here, basically there was your double top. And that's why I said, hey, we should at least cash some in here, pay ourselves, and then call it good. So going into that, for the bigger picture, kind of what I'm thinking beyond these 0 day, I mean, right now it's kind of, that's what it's all about, because, you know, the market's pretty chaotic right now. I'm leaning towards the market moving up next week. Now, I think we got the FOMC next week, so that could be a huge, huge deal, whether they cut rates yet or if they give any clues to that. But we do have the S&P right here on the daily 50. That does not have to hold it, but I do think we're going to get a little bit of a bounce. The question is, how big is the bounce and for how long is that bounce? But I do think in the future we are probably going to see price below the daily 50. It's just, does it go up before it comes down is really my question, or does it just kind of go here and then down? We could be bear flagging, but I also wonder if we're pretty oversold to where we could get a little bit of an up move next week. Part of why I'm thinking that is, if you look at the NASDAQ, if you look at the semis, they have really gotten smashed in a big way. And yeah, that's not great. It's definitely the leaders of the area are getting smashed, but I look at this and I just from a technical standpoint, and of course they can always get worse or can keep going. You know, the market can stay crazier longer than you can stay solvent. But I kind of look at this and I'm like, yeah, this seems like it's ripe for at least a move to the upside. So I'm going to be leaning towards that. I'm going to be looking for that thing to kind of happen. If we also look at the VIX, you know, the VIX and the UVIX are kind of telling me the same thing, that this has reached a point to where we are probably going to start seeing this come back down, but I've only seen that trigger on the lower time frames so far, which is why we traded to the long side over the last 2 days for our zero DTE trades. But yeah, this is getting a little bit up there, and I want to see if we can start coming down. And that could mean later that it comes back, but I just feel like it's a little hard pressed to keep going from here. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of what I'm seeing, what I'm reading, and I think that, you know, the market never goes in a straight line. It always kind of goes back and forth, and I feel like we're kind of to that point where we should be seeing something kind of move back to the upside. And then one other thing, I'll just show you guys this since, you know, we're talking about I'm seeing a bull alert out there. Just take a look at the, well, heck, let's take a look at the KRE. How's that? How's that for a strong sector, right? So this clearly doesn't know whatever's happening over in the semiconductors and the NASDAQ tech in general. So just because you're looking at the Mag 7 getting torn down and the mega caps and stuff like that does not mean that everything is, okay? This is the dirty little secret of what's going on with the market right now. There are areas of strength. It's more than just two names. We're trading quite a few of them, and for the most part working out pretty well. I am stuck a little bit in AMD. That's one of the ones that's getting hit, and it's like, yeah, there are some real headwinds in some of these areas, but look at KRE, it's doing well. Even look at the IWM, it's doing well. So yeah, be sure to check out the webinar that I have coming up, the webinar that I had on Wednesday just the other day, and other than that, we're doing some great trades on the zero DTE stuff, since, you know, the market's really in a bunch of shake and bake right now. But anyway, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care.
Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.